Hey everybody, this is Tom from Lonnie Kai Photography, doing another edition of In Between Appointments, where I'm going to try to clarify several things all in one short segment that kind of happened from my last video, which it's been a long time in between videos, and hopefully I can explain everything and tie it all together so that everybody understands. All right, so the last video I made was talking about Frono's photos when he basically said that if you don't own a mirrorless camera, you're going to be out of business. And I made a video kind of contradicting that. And I had quite a few people, not too many, but I had a few people actually try to challenge me on that. So we had some interesting, can't say good, but interesting dialogue. Some people actually gave really good suggestions, and thank y'all for that. Other people just kind of trolling and being ridiculous. And then you had another segment that was not very experienced in photography, and they're trying to give their opinions about something that they don't know anything about. That's going to happen when you put yourself on social media. But the one thing I want to explain to everybody out there is I am not doing this with the intent to be a YouTube personality. That's not what I'm on. I'm a shooter. Okay. I'm in my 40s right now. I have a limited time to be able to shoot where my body can handle carrying 20, 30, 40, sometimes 50, sometimes if I'm traveling, 100 pounds worth of camera equipment. And while my body can do that, that's what I want to do. So I shoot 90% of the time. I shoot every single day, which is why In Between Appointments is not something that's catchy for me, a catchy title. In Between Appointments is literally when I have time to make a quick video, is when I'm able to leave one appointment early and the travel distance isn't too far to my next appointment, and I get there and I have some minutes before I have to start my next appointment, I could throw a video together. Because of that, I can't guarantee when I'm going to make videos. I can't stay on a consistent basis of making videos, which is why if you've noticed, I've never asked anybody for likes. I've never asked anybody for subscriptions, and all of these things you have to do in order to build up a followership on YouTube, where the YouTube algorithms can make you a viable content. Otherwise, you're just going to get pushed down to the bottom, because that's the other thing people notice when I made my video about Mr. Frono's photos, is that I boosted the post. And a lot of people was kind of trying to make fun of, boost the post. Boost the post, you can't get your own subscribers. Like, I'm really not trying to. I made that video because I didn't want people spending money that they might not have had on a product that they might not need. And I felt that it was important enough that, yeah, you're right. I spent my own money to try to reach as many people as I could, to try to help as many people as I could. See, that's the other thing that was missed on that people wasn't commenting on, is I'm not on here trying to sell Squarespace. I'm not on here trying to sell Lightroom presets. I'm not on here trying to get you to subscribe to my Patreon. I'm not asking anybody to hire me. I'm not asking anybody for a dime. And yeah, you're doggone right. When it came down to trying to help people, I looked at my budget as to what I could afford to do. And yeah, I spent my own hard-earned money to try to get a message out that I thought might be able to help a few people. And I take no shame in that. And if you see a problem with that somebody's willing to spend their money to try to help you for free, that says a whole lot more about you than it would ever do me. So, but I just wanted people to understand that I'm not on here trying to be the new face of YouTube. My only purpose on here is I have been in photography for a long time. First as a hobbyist, and now I've been a pro over 10 years. I've been there when digital went, DSLRs went to mirrors. I've been there when film went to digital. I've been doing photography, at least on a hobby level, since the 80s. So there's a little bit of insight that I might have that could help you guys out. If you don't need the help, that's cool. I'm never mad. If you don't want the help, that's cool. I'm never mad. If you think that I don't know what I'm talking about, that's also cool. I'm never mad. Like I said, I'm not on here trying to get your money or your subscriptions. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you all want to subscribe, hey, I appreciate the love. If you all want to give me a thumbs up, hey, I appreciate the love. And sorry, y'all, telemarketers. So I definitely
phone call completed.
I definitely appreciate the love. So, but that's not what I'm on here trying to do. I am not trying to be the face of YouTube. I'm not trying to have, if I get 100,000 subscribers, would I be shocked? Like, seriously? But that's not my goal. My goal is to try to give you guys some information. If you think my information might be valid and you're following other people and you don't mind me being kind of sporadic with my videos, subscribe. Hit the notification button. I'll make videos as I can. I'm definitely going to make videos about topics that I think are relevant and important. But that's where I'm at. I hope y'all understand. YouTube is not my profession. Shooting is my profession. Shooting 90%, editing the other 10%, 9%, and whatever time I have left, I try to help people out. But, Jared Palin and, Jason Lanier and the angry photographer understand their YouTube personalities are 70% of what they do, and they spend the other 30% shooting. I'm kind of the opposite because I want to shoot as much as I can as long as my body holds up. Photography is my passion. It's more than just my job. It's my passion, and I just want to shoot as much as I can. So I'm not trying to be a YouTube personality sitting behind an editing screen. a computer screen editing all day. It's just not what I'm looking for in the future. Now, concerning the future, one thing that I do eventually want to branch out on, and right now working on how I'm going to do that, is I would like to do some behind the scenes tutorials so that I can show you guys what I'm talking about more so than just telling you. For that, I would need an assistant to do the video. I got to work out the budget for that and find out how much money I'm willing to commit to that, because like I said, I'm not doing that for me. I would be doing that for you, and then basically I'll be doing that for you guys for free. So I got to see what the budget is on that. But hey, if you guys want to follow me, that's great. If you want to follow me to troll, that's also great. Honestly, I don't mind the trolling. I really don't. I'm a sarcastic jerk, and I can give it as well as I receive it, and I can receive it pretty good. And trust me, I can give it really good. So, hey, if those are the conversations you want to have, I personally think it's a waste of time, because all this stuff is my opinion, and there's no point in really being mad about somebody's opinion. If you disagree, you just disagree. I disagree with people all the time. I don't resort to name calling and all that other stupid stuff just because I disagree with you. But if that's kind of the mentality and personality that you got, okay, go for it. That's fine. Like I said, I'm a big boy. I could take it. I'm good. But yeah, so if you want to follow me, because hopefully I do eventually want to get into doing behind the scenes and showing you, especially with lighting, because lighting is the one thing that so many people, and I'm talking to people all the time about lighting, and lighting is important. And I know you have a ton of people out here telling you you don't have to light, just use natural light. If you've ever seen videos where they're doing a competition between natural light and artificial light, the artificial light always looks better. You ain't got to take my word for it. That stuff's on YouTube too. It always wins. Plus, it keeps you versatile. It doesn't pigeonhole you into just relying on the sun. A lot of people don't want to get into artificial light because it's deemed complicated. It's really not. It's really easy. It's so simple. And I really do want to give tips as to how to light, because it is really, really easy, and it would just step your photography game up. It's one thing to know how to do something and not need it. It's another thing to not know how to do it, and then you run into a client that requires you to do it, and you can't provide that service. and you just don't need that hassle. It's better to know it and never use it, but you know it. You got it in your pocket in case you need it. So I do want to teach you guys eventually on how to use it, how to know it, and how to do it. And that's one of the things that took me so long, because I was going back and forth with this in my head, because I want to do this for free. I'm going to do it for free, but I was wrestling with it because I'm a capitalist at heart, and I don't believe in taking money out of somebody else's pocket. And if I do this, this is going to take some money out of people's Patreons that's charging you to learn how to do it, or their book sales, or, their behind the scene, their private video stock that they're selling. But, c'est la vie. I think I'm going to do it anyway. I just got to finesse and finagle how I'm going to do it. And that's where I'm at. So if you would like to follow, appreciate you. That's great. If you don't, I understand completely. That's great. But y'all be peaceful out here, and I'll see you on another edition.